Okay, how you guys doing? It's your girl G9 in the building with an episode of G-Vibe 77th episode.
Yes.
Hey, we got Miss Morgan in the building. Say your name, say your Instagram.
Morgan Linson is my name, and Nurse Morgan to you is my Instagram handle.
Okay.
How are you today?
I am fine. How are you?
Good.
Because she got like 100 jobs, y'all. She really do.
I do.
She's here to talk about real estate, but I'm going to ask her a couple of questions about other things she do right now because she's always on the go.
Yes, ma'am.
You're always on the go. How do you balance everything? Because you got a lot of slashes to your name.
Right.
More Girls with Go is a mentor program for girls, right?
Yes.
You have that going on. Mm-hmm. You are a nurse. You are a professor as well.
I am.
You travel for a living as well. You can say that, right?
Well, that's like a hobby. But
is that a hobby?
That's
not a job to you?
That's not a job. That's a hobby.
Oh, okay, I'll get you. Check out her YouTube. She shows a bunch of vlogs on her going to different places. She came here before talking about traveling about a year ago.
Yeah, it was about a year ago.
A year ago she came here. Like when I first started, she came. I called her to come and talk about traveling because I'm afraid to travel. But after that episode, I was like, I'm finna get on a plane.
Hello.
I'm gonna go everywhere.
Okay.
Because you be everywhere.
I'll try.
What's the last place you been to? Just the place over.
Girl, I just got off the plane, girl. I went out there for my friend's birthday, which her birthday is today. Angela Wiggins.
Happy birthday.
Yes. It's one of my like best friends. Her birthday is today, but we went out there just to, celebrate her
Where
birthday.
did you go? They don't know.
Houston.
Yeah. I heard it was popping out there.
Super popping. But yeah, it's too popping.
It's too popping?
Too popping.
Well, LA is dry, so we need to go out there, right?
They don't have no mask. They don't wear no mask.
Oh,
I was the only one up in that thing with masks. Like, and they was looking at me crazy.
Oh, I would have had a mask on.
Yeah.
Just look at me crazy.
Yeah, please do.
You're a nurse, so you already know the deal.
Yeah.
So how do you feel as a nurse now from the beginning of coronavirus to now? What has changed dramatically for you? Not just the numbers, but just...
I mean, it's slowed down, definitely. It slowed down a lot, and... it looks like, we heading in the right direction and things like that. So I'm happy about that. It's definitely declined, especially,
Yeah. We work at the same hospital.
Yes. So, it's definitely declined a lot, and I'm happy about that because the pandemic is definitely real. Coronavirus is definitely real.
Yes.
But yeah.
What do you feel about the vaccine? Did you take the vaccine?
I haven't taken the vaccine yet, and I've been going back and forth and arguing with, different people about why I haven't, took the vaccine. I've even lost a friend over it because, they want to argue with me. Yeah, because she want to argue with me about, why, I'm discouraging other people from not taking the vaccine. And it's not that I'm discouraging them. It was a question asked to me, have I took the vaccine yet? And I said no, only because right now, it's been different trial phases and stuff like that. And,
that's what I'm saying.
There was another strand that had came about. And once that was after the vaccine was already created. So I wanted it to get out of the trial phase. And, they also added a booster and things like that. So I just want to get the right vaccine at the right time. It's not that I'm against vaccines and I'm anti-vaccine because I take the flu vaccine every year.
Me too.
And I also take different vaccinations when I go to Africa, to avoid contracting any diseases out there because I'm always out there. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to do the COVID vaccine the proper way.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people, from my point of view on the vaccine, I feel like how we come up with something like that so fast.
Exactly.
Within a few months.
Exactly.
And we can't find cures for nothing.
Exactly.
It does not make sense to me.
Yeah.
Not against it. I just have my antennas on.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, even my father, he's in remission for cancer and, he took his vaccination and, I didn't oppose it or, try to discourage that. I wanted him to do,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just not for me right now. It's not, I'm not going to get it, but I'm not getting it right now.
I was in a family group text with my mom. Sorry, Mom, I'm telling. Me and my mom's going back. She was like, how you going to work at the hospital and don't get... I said,
everybody keeps saying that.
That's what I want to do.
Exactly.
First of all, I'm in cardiology. I'm an EKG technician. So for me, I know a lot about the heart. I know a lot about certain things. And I research a lot of stuff. And I'm just not into
because they feel like it ain't like you ain't gotta wear a mask or you know.
Yeah, they say if you don't, you gotta wear a mask. I'm like, we're already wearing masks. Yeah. Remember how they do the flu shot? Like you gotta wear a mask if you don't get the flu shot. So now what they gonna do?
Yeah, but I'm not against it, and I'm not discouraging anybody not to get it. I'm just saying I'm not getting it as of yet, you know. But if they make it mandated to travel,
you gonna get
baby, gonna get it. I have to get it.
I'm with God.
I gotta get on the plane. Okay.
You know what? That is really cool, though. Yeah. I commend you on a lot of things you do. You are inspiration to a lot of young girls. Even me. I'm like, shoot. Morgan said she can get on the plane. Morgan said she could do mentorship. Morgan said she could. You got so many things.
You're doing your thing too. You know, especially all your segments and stuff. You really be spreading, you know, knowledge and, you know, understanding, and the type of people that you have here is always so meaningful, you know what I'm saying? And it's for our community, so, you know, hats off to you as well.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
You know what, we're gonna get on one more thing before we leave. How do you feel about social media now? Like, do you feel like when you look at social media is making us do things more like surgeries and
for sure
all that? Like, how do you feel about that? And because since you're a mentor,
everybody trying to keep up with the Joneses or whatever, but what people need to understand is that social media is extremely fake, you know, and people put on there what they want you to see, not what the real is, you know. They're not gonna tell you their trials and tribulations and all of the things that they go through or whatever. So I just feel like, you know, it is really influential in a bad sense, you know, because somebody that don't have no money in their bank account, sleeping on the floor, they might have a million followers or get a million views, you know what I'm saying? But the people that's popping bank accounts on fat, and
you won't even know.
You wouldn't even know it.
But that's the beauty of life too. A lot of people that are rich and don't have to show you that they're rich. You would just you probably never know walking past them.
Right.
They won't have on Chanel. They may just have on Target. And which Target got some good clothes, I may say.
I'm telling you. Hello.
So anyway, we're going to go to another song. And when we get back, we're going to talk about real estate, because I know that's what you guys came to talk about on this episode. Let's get it.
Yep.
Hey, that was Good Days, y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
With SZA. I like SZA. She be jamming.
She do.
Did you see that video?
I did. It was a little offbeat because how she was dancing, like, but it was cool.
Okay, I got to half of it.
I liked it though.
I said I like the song.
I liked it, the concept.
Yeah, I you know what? I think she's transitioning.
She is,
and people have a hard time when people transition from they used to something, they comfortable with a way someone does stuff, and when people switch up, they're like, why are they doing that?
Exactly.
Like, but we're gonna get into her current. Well, you wouldn't even say current. What would you say? Real estate to you has it been an ongoing thing for you?
No, what it has been for me is, you know, something that I wanted to do for myself, for self-knowledge and self-understanding and self-awareness, you know, as far as like what I wanted to do is getting into real estate and, you know, being a homeowner myself. And then I was just going to do it when I had time and spare time, but I don't have no spare time.
I don't think you do, girl.
No, not yet. But what I can do and what I have been doing is just, you know, giving free game and free knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Just really just telling people what they need to know as far as real estate is concerned.
Okay, so we're going to get right into these questions. You ready, girl?
I'm ready.
So why real estate?
For me, I mean, real estate, I chose real estate just to educate myself. You know, like when I first bought my house in the ending of 2015, I just liked it, the process of it, you know, and like I found my own house. Like I downloaded this app called Redfin and Zillow, and I was just, you know, looking for my own house because I felt like my real estate agent at the time, she wasn't really giving me what I wanted. Right. She was giving me what I thought I needed, you know, and she was trying to get me to live like way far and commute, and me being a nurse, I didn't want to be falling asleep at the wheel, you know, type of thing, trying to get home after a 12.5-hour shift. So I wanted to be local, you know, and they were kind of discouraging me about it, and I'm just like, look, I'm about to find me a house. With you or without you? And so it worked out.
So why did you choose this career out of the few you had?
I mean, like I said, I never really, like, me being a registered nurse, that's my career. That's my love. That's my passion. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, real estate is a good side hustle. You know, it can be a good, like, actual job as well. And so, that's why I got into real estate. And I also just wanted to educate, other people, and just also I wanted to, like, eventually when, the prices go down a little bit, because they're a little bit high right now.
I see.
But, I wanted to become a real estate investor. You know what I'm saying? So what better way to do it when you know your own thing? You can do your own transactions and things like that. So that's what I was on. Like,
and you're a homeowner yourself. Yeah. So you can speak from a homeowner's experience.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people go and get their license and never had a house. And
exactly.
And I don't know, it does make sense, but it don't make sense.
It makes sense because, of course, you have to create, get a career to be able to create the revenue that you need to be able to afford the house. I get that.
Yeah.
But I just don't get people being in real estate and making money, and they're still renting. In their own house. They're still renting.
Correct. So what are the misconceptions about real estate?
Is that, especially in the Black community, is that it's unobtainable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feel like we can't afford it for some reason. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you look at all of the money that we spend on all of this jewelry and, name brand things and stuff like that, it's like, we can afford it. We just got to make a sacrifice, because when I was like in the process of buying my house, like, I literally was eating noodles. I already don't have no, Louis Vuitton red bottoms and all that. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay for the people that do, but it's like, which one would you rather have? Would you rather just have stuff to show, or, really have some property?
But you can have two, though.
You can have two,
I'm talking about you.
Oh, I can, but it's like, that's just I'm not into the flashiness of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care about none of that. Because you can look just as bomb as you do in the, all designer as you do in, like, fashion trend, or, what I'm saying? Like,
it's the way you put it together.
It's how you put it together.
And how you walk out. A lot of people walk out with confidence, and their outfit won't be the best, but you walk out with confidence, you're going to think that outfit is something.
Yeah.
What are some fundamentals that people need to know in regards to real estate?
So, some of the fundamentals that people need to know is that, you have different home loans. So you have your FHA, which is backed by, like, the Federal Housing Association, which, you can put down as minimal as 3.5%. You know what I'm saying? And all you need is a 380 credit score. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really, I'm sorry, 580 credit score.
I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, girl. So, at the end of the day, it's just like, we don't understand that it's within our reach, and then you have your conventional loans, your conventional home loans or whatever. That one also, you can put down anywhere from 5 to 20%, but anytime you put down less than 20%, you will have what they call PMI, which is like mortgage insurance. Okay. And it's just insuring the loan that, if you default on it or whatever the case may be, you can they'll still accept your loan. That's what the lenders need.
Okay.
And then you also have your VA loan, which a VA loan or whatever, that's like 0% down. It's governmentally, backed or whatever, and it's for veterans that, have served or whatever. So it's pretty good. It's like a lot of things that are out here for us or whatever, and it's just about knowledge.
It's a lot of programs that we don't know about.
Yes.
That's why I advise people, now that I'm on social media more because of podcasting.
Yeah.
I've joined a lot of groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they speak, people, you can get into a real estate group, and they can show you certain ways on how to fix your credit, and you can get into all these things. Just, if you want to do something, you can do it. You just got to find a way to do it. And first things first is speaking to someone like you that is a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? So what advice would you give someone who wants to become a homeowner?
I would say just pretty much save, you know what I'm saying? Also, make sure you just have a good credit score. Keep your debt to your like debt to credit ratio low. Also, like, a lot of people that's home, like entrepreneurs, people that are entrepreneurs, a lot of times they don't, file their taxes. things like that. They don't, their business banking statements and their taxes don't add up. They look at that. If you're saying all I made was $50,000 on your taxes, if you're telling them that's all I made for the whole entire year, but on your business banking, they see that you're making $10,000 a month, it's not adding up. People, they kind of like falsify their tax documents because they don't want to pay their taxes. But when it comes down to like showing all of your stuff, when it comes down to trying to get a home or mortgage, a mortgage loan or whatever, they're not going to, it's not valid. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't add up. So, that's another thing. And what can help businesses or people that's entrepreneurs or whatever, they can do like bookkeeping, they can do accounting and things like that, keep their invoices and their receipts and stuff like that from the transactions, from the money that they pulling in. So that's another important thing. So yeah.
Okay, so why is real estate important?
I feel like it's important because in the Black community, I keep on going back to like just minorities in general, not just Black people, but Hispanics, anybody that's just minorities in general. Is we have been like cultivated with thinking that Section 8 and low income and affordable housing is cool, but I just feel like that's all a part of the plan to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? To keep us redlined and segregated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it makes it comfortable because like you paying $200-$300 a month. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna want to go and make that leap and have a mortgage. But at the end of the day, it's just like we have to think about generational wealth for our children. You know what I'm saying? Like making the sacrifice so that when our children get older, they're able to have something, something that's paid off, even if it's not our children, it's our grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Just breaking generational curses. Because, even when my mom or, people that I know at any given time, if they want to snatch that Section 8 from you, or they want to snatch that affordable housing, or they want to do this and do that, they can do that because it's a form of control. But when you're a homeowner, as long as you're, some people don't even want to get into it because, you got to pay your mortgage for 15 to 30 years or whatever, and they get discouraged or they don't want that big responsibility.
Like paying rent every month.
Exactly, because you're paying somebody else's, you know what I'm saying, mortgage or whatever. So that's my thing. I
said to myself, I'm gonna be a homeowner in 2 more years because I'm dedicated to that. Renting, especially where I'm at, is really good. But I'm tired of renting. I'm tired of, like, of course, you're going to have neighbors, but the people. Just, you can have your own, you can be in tune in your own house. You don't got to have a neighbor over here, man. You ain't got to have a neighbor. It's just too much stuff go on the outside for me.
And what people don't realize is that, real estate creates revenue. It creates equity. Like, when I bought my house at the end of 2015, I bought it for $479. My house is worth, like, $720 easy right now. I can sell it easily for, $720. And so I just feel like
maybe you should do an Airbnb.
I think I'm gonna do it all. I just want to just purchase another house because I'm just gonna use the house that I have now, like as a rental. Once I go ahead and purchase another house, and hopefully that's within the next year or so. The actual house that I will want,
So that house you didn't really want, but you wanted.
No, I everybody love my house. I love my house, But at the end of the day, it's like I'm steadily increasing and improving. I eventually want to stay in like Windsor Hills, like Baldwin Hills area, Ladera, that type of thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, I like that area.
Yeah. But Carson is really good. I love Carson, and so
Carson is one of those places that when I was younger, they used to be like, oh, you been to Carson?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, now that I'm in Carson, like working, I'm like, Torrance, Carson, the same thing.
It's the same thing.
So, you do a lot, and real estate seems like it's a true hustle to you. How do you balance with all that?
Actually, I ain't even been soliciting no, clientele or trying to sell no houses or anything like that because, like you say, I'm just with my 2 nursing jobs, working at 2 hospitals, being a professor of nursing, and also with my nonprofit organization, I haven't even been trying to,
get
solicit
into it
or, but at the end of the day, I always just drop knowledge and understanding, especially just being there, being in a place of being a homeowner and also just being a real estate agent in general, you know, it really, I have the information and the knowledge, and I feel like it's a disservice if I just keep it all to myself and I don't share, you know.
You know what? I feel like we are here to share.
For real.
Yeah, because
people don't
pay
want,
it forward.
Yeah, people don't want, you know, it's always somebody that want to just be the only homeowner.
Yeah.
Or be the only successful person.
Yeah,
it's like we all need to be on, because, like, you know, when we are like progressing as a people, you know, as if one person is progressing, and we are progressing as a people, you know. So I just feel like, you know, just sharing understanding and knowledge, and anything that you have, any information that you have that you can give, you know, that's beneficial to somebody else, you need to do that.
And that's why it's so important for our kids too. Like when we have kids, for us to know some of these things, like being a homeowner, being all these things. Because I read something, and we're gonna get to that in a minute of what I read, and I'm gonna talk to you about that. But let me get this one more question, then we come back. I'm going to talk about what I said. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Okay.
What are some steps you can give the audience if they wanted to pursue this field?
So to get into real estate is virtually really easy. You know, all you have to do is just, you can either take an online course or in classroom course. I started with an online course, and it was not interactive enough for me. It was just like I was reading, I was bored. So then I did the classroom, and I went to 21st Century Realty, Amber Realty in Torrance, and it was pretty good. You know, I really liked the class and stuff. And from there, I had to take my state board exam, and from there, you know, you have to keep. Your license are valid for 3 years. So every 3 years you do have to renew. You do have to pay your dues and things like that. But it's easy to get into. And then once you get into it, you have to really solicit clients and get in the field and, you know, talk to people, sell houses and stuff like that.
Are you ready for that yet?
Girl, I can sell, you know, anybody anything. Right. You know, but, you know, because I'm my mouthpiece, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I'm not really, you know, I'm just focused on my nursing, and, you know, my just being a new professor and getting into that's new for me, you know. And then also my nonprofit, but even with my girls, you know, teaching them financial literacy and, you know, things that they need, so when they get older, they just badass, like, you know, really just doing the damn thing.
Tell them that nonprofit organization name.
Oh, so, you know, my nonprofit is More Girls with Goals, which is a nonprofit organization for girls 7 to 18 years old. So yeah. Also, the Instagram handle is More Girls with Goals, or you can check us out on the website, which is moregirlswithgoals.org.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna play Cranes in the Sky right now, because I think I'm in that zone.
Okay.
At the moment. I do want to say, when we come back, we got a topic for her, and I want to hear what she has to say.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Girl, you know you invited, girl. Powerlistic. How you doing, girl? Hey, you guys. This is G9 on G Vibes. You're back. We're back with Miss Morgan.
Yes.
We talked about real estate for a minute. I had to go for a minute on my live, but we're going to talk. She wanted to recap some things real quick that we didn't discuss.
Through the questions a little bit fast, but what I want you guys to know is credit is important. And also, when you're trying to do a home loan or whatever the case may be, you can't have anything like derogatories, anything delinquent. Even your student loans can't be in default. That's what people don't understand. And even though a 580 is the minimum credit score that you can have, you know, the higher the better, because for a conventional, you know, you can't, because the 580 is for FHA, but for a conventional loan you have to have at least a 620, anywhere from a 620 to a 680. You know, so that's really important. And so, like I said about the entrepreneurs, it's important to keep you guys, like, you know, a paper trail and do things the proper way, because, you know, if you try to like hide money under the, you know, you're not, you don't look good to the lenders, you know, that you can really sustain or hold an actual loan, you know. So that's really important. Yeah, and as far as like when you're working, you can't just hop from job to job to job. They want some type of job security. They want to know that, you know, they want to see validity. Yes. that you can, if we give you this mortgage or this loan or whatever, that you can pay this loan without defaulting. So if you showing that you can't keep a job, they not gonna mess with you. You know, they not gonna approve you for the loan. So that's also very important.
That's why I think it's so important to talk to kids as we get older. Yeah. As I've gotten older, I realized that I didn't have the fundamentals of like, oh, credit is important. Oh, this is important. Like we need to make sure that we talk to our kids about credit. Right. That we talk to our kids about owning homes and how important it is. Right. That we talk to our kids about so many things that the universe or the world is not going to teach them. Right. Because we expect when they go to school, they're going to teach them this. Right. But they still need to get taught when they get home as well. Yeah. And then we can't even fault the parents because some parents don't even have the knowledge of everything as well. Yeah. So sometimes it's good to have your kids when you're knowledgeable. Sometimes I'm not faulting nobody. Let's make that clear. But I'm just saying. Yeah. I kind of really appreciate myself for not having kids at a real young age because I really would have been all over the place and I don't know what I would have been doing. But that don't discourage everybody else.
Even if a person had a kid at a young age or whatever, it's just like, you know, when you educate yourself and you do better as far as information, you pass that on. It's never too late to learn and to educate yourself, and you know.
I agree with you on that too because I feel like I had to educate myself on a lot of things that I didn't know. Yeah. And I thought that was it's nothing wrong with that because knowledge is power. As you go, you learn. Your experiences teach you, really. Right. But I did want to ask you something I read today on Facebook. Y'all know I have Facebook topics all day. Right. So a young lady was on there and she talked about how she feels some way about parents kicking their kids out at the age of 18 and saying, you're grown now, it's time for you to leave. Yeah. But in the comments, they were like, I don't feel like it's right and I don't feel like it should be like that. And part of the reason why I don't feel like it should be like that, because sometimes we don't set our kids up to be out there. Right. So how can you tell your kid at 18, you got to leave? Like, I don't know. I think you should give your kids time to find themselves and what they want to do, because they kind of will be all over the place for a couple of like 3 to 4 years at the most. Right. Some kids got it together though.
I'm not a mother yet, but at the end of the day, when I do become a mother, you know, at 18, when you're grown, as long as you're doing something productive, as far as working, as far as going to school, I'm really big on school, so they will most likely have to be in school, and even if that means me paying their tuition and them having a part-time job and just, you know, taking that money for themselves. But I don't feel like, you know, it's appropriate to kick a child out at 18 because they're still trying to find their way. You know, they're just now getting out of high school and stuff like that. Right. And I just feel like you said you could set them up for failure. You know, they can go out into the world and get caught up in some stuff that they shouldn't be caught up in if they have the, you know, parental guidance and the things that they need and security at home. Because even with me, you know, when I was younger, I had to pay bills and do all of this at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? And it's sometimes it's not right for parents to put that pressure on children when they're trying to still find, you know, what they're trying to do, you know?
Correct. Yes. Someone said at that age they are still a child. True. Yeah. I think that kids at 18 still, the mentality will still be a child's mentality. Right. Unless you done been, I know kids that, like my mom had me at 15, so she had to grow up pretty fast. Right. So I know with her, I don't remember living with people. Yeah. I remember living at home with my mom. So so at 15, 16, 17, they had a place. We were living, you know what I'm saying? So some people catch on, some people don't. Right. Because they have to.
I mean, if my child at 18 wants to go out, I'm not going to stop them, but I'm not going to make them get out of my house.
Yeah, either, make them get out.
I'm just going to support them. As long as they're doing the right thing and they're doing something productive and positive, I got them. Like, at least until they like 20, I'll say like 24, 25. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to start figuring out what you finna do.
Right.
But okay, so I'm not a parent either. Mm-hmm. So do you think it's right that people that are not parents parents can talk about what they would do in a situation like that.
I mean, I just feel like, even when you're not a parent, you kind of know, what you will want to do and what you going to do. Exactly. So at the end of the day, that's probably what they're really going to do.
Right.
But I could just only imagine I couldn't just put my child out like that.
Someone said, Power Lipstick said, but at 18, I had my own apartment with a child and a new car. Okay, baby, because let me tell you, it can be done. Sure. I'm telling you, my mom was 15, and of course I was a baby, but as I got older, I did not realize my mom was that young doing the things she was doing. Like, I never was hungry. I never was, and if we were with anybody, we had 2 babysitters. Right. My auntie Jeanette, which is not my real auntie, but she's my real auntie.
Right.
You know how your mama closest friend, because she had a lot of kids, and then we had my grandmother.
Everybody's not mature though. Everybody doesn't have a mature mindset. So the person, your viewer that just said that, she probably was just super dope,
super on her stuff,
super dope, young individual that knew what they wanted to do and knew that they can handle their own. But not everybody is like that,
and some people have to be as I don't know her life, but at a young age, some people have to take on the mother role.
That was me.
And I felt like I was the second mother. I'm the oldest of 2 sisters, so I always felt like if it's not my mom, if they can't find my mom or something going on, they're gonna call me, and I gotta figure it out for them.
And that also develops you into a dope individual as well. You can you just strong and strong-minded and strong-willed, but it also can be tiring too.
And then a lot of people think you are, like me personally, I felt pressure as a kid because, not saying that she wasn't doing all she could do, but it's like, man, I'm tired. I'm not,
Right. Why I can't go to my friend's house without taking my little sister with me?
Why I gotta babysit? Why you can come stay at home with your kids?
Yeah.
Okay, Mama, I'm sorry. I know you just got irritated. But anyway, but that was my thing. I always felt like, they always say, you're strong. My mama told me, I never have to worry about you because you're going to figure it out.
Right.
But even with the people that have it together, don't want to be that strong. I don't want you to feel like I'm always going to figure it out because
it's a blessing and it's a curse in the same token.
What is something as a child you can say you learned and you take now today?
I mean, my grandma was really into school. She wasn't really like, you have to go, but she just told me that she really wanted me to, and she told me that it would help me with my future and things like that, and it paid off.
Oh yeah, you listen.
I got 4 college degrees. So.
Check her in, y'all. Check her in. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I remember my grandma was the biggest part of the knowledge is power type of thing. She was into that. She was into Maya Angelou. She was into all these people she would talk to me about, and I never understood it. And now it's like crazy because I think about it like, oh, that's what she was saying.
Right. But it's not even really about degrees. You know what I'm saying? People don't need to get that misconstrued. It's really just about knowledge in general. You know what I'm saying? You can pick up a book. You can do a trade. And
I always tell people that.
Anything like that.
I always tell people, you see these big jobs, some of these trades make money too.
Right.
Don't be scared. I'm not finna do. You just look up certain jobs. There's some jobs you don't even need 100 degrees. You don't need 1 degree. You can just go get a certification.
Degree. Right.
And be on.
Because there's a lot of people that have degrees and they can't even get a job too.
That part right there.
So you just got to know when you go to school what you want to do. Make sure that degree, is going to make you long-term money. Because if not, then you just going to school for nothing. Yeah.
Okay, on that note, we're going to play another song, and then we're going to come back with my girl Morgan, y'all. Hey. I got one more topic for my girl Morgan. You ready, girl?
I'm ready.
Okay, so now that, we know that you're a boss. Like, you have these jobs, you're a homeowner, you take care of your business, as we can see.
I try.
How hard is it to be a boss and balance, like, for me personally, men get intimidated. I said I wasn't going to bring up men today, but I am.
Girl.
Men get intimidated by bosses.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like men get intimidated by women that's in
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could say that. You know what I'm saying? Because, a guy, I feel like, will be more happier with someone that he can manipulate or that, you know, needs him or, you know, to that.
Oh, he getting mad over there.
What you getting mad?
Our engineer said, no.
What you got to say over there?
Say what you got to say, shit. You can say. You can
tap in.
Okay. So,
do you get intimidated by a boss, girl?
No, I don't.
No, but what you didn't let me finish though.
Let her
what
finish.
I'm saying is, not all men are like that, but some guys, you know, would rather have a woman that actually needs them than to, you know, have a person that is self-sufficient. Because I feel like, you know, a woman that's a boss can be an asset to a man. You know, it shouldn't be taken as, you know, something that's negative or connotative or, you know, whatever.
I think where like some of the like clashes happen is that when a woman sees herself, you know, as a, you know, a bigger asset, you know, compared to the guy, you know, some of that can actually be, you know, more thrown back in the guy's face, especially when it gets into arguments. That can definitely be thrown back. So
I hear you on that one.
So I try to, you know, I'm gonna lean more towards, you know, there being a, you know, a sort of, you know, actual, you know, communication about, you know, about where, you know, what the rules and the boundaries are.
For sure.
About that, as well as, you know, just there being, you know, some sort of, you know, equal footing, because I don't care if you, you know,
make more money.
If you make more money, because there are a lot of, you know, women these days that actually make more money than their men. I mean, look at Tom Brady's wife. She makes more money than him.
She do?
Yeah, she does.
But he got it. He's still cool though.
Right.
Isn't it about the man though? Because a man the other episode talked about how women abuse men when they make more money.
I can see that.
But I understand what he was saying. Like, mentally abuse is very much a bad thing,
right?
Especially to our black men at that. Not just saying black, but the reason why I always say black men, because that was one of the things that they tried to, when we were growing up, say, oh, men can't do this, our black men can't do that, oh, they always in jail. They always put these misconceptions on all black men. So it's very hard to me for black men to like succeed in some way with women. They feel like, because it's already been said that, oh, they're gonna do this to you, oh, they're all cheaters, oh, they're all this. So when you stimulate your mind like that, like, oh, they're doing this, they're gonna do that, then you're gonna treat them a certain way, right? And it should be opposite. It shouldn't be we go in making a man feel like, oh, he can't do more than me, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. Like, I don't know.
I just feel like equal. it can be a team effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, regardless if a woman is making more or whatever the case may be, if this is the guy that you choose to be with, you never put him down, you never make him feel some type of way. You know, you encourage him, you know what I'm saying, you uplift him, you know what I'm saying, and y'all do this thing called life together. So it shouldn't be anything other than that.
It shouldn't be an argument. You I do. I mean, I can say this one thing that I've learned in all these years. When I finally got with a man, I didn't realize how much I've been not with a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I kind of get that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was so used to taking care of everything. So when I got with a man, he was like, oh, what are you doing? I take care of that. And I'll be like, okay. He would have to tell me, like, you don't have to do all of that.
Right.
And so I had to calm out. Okay. He was like, just be cool. Like, you're a woman. You don't have to do that. So if you're so used to doing everything and then you get someone that's meeting you halfway, it's a blessing. And I'm happy I was able to experience that. So now I know that everything I was doing extra was not necessarily what I was supposed to be doing. But anyway, on that note, you guys, we're going to leave on this episode with Miss Morgan. Can you give us your name, your Instagram, and give us some type of inspiration before you leave? Something we can leave with you.
Well, once again, my name is Morgan Linson. My Instagram is NurseMorgan2U. All I can say is, as far as inspiration is concerned, is just do your best. You know, every day, wake up doing something, trying to progress, trying to, you know, move forward, trying to be a better version of yourself. And just know, as far as real estate is concerned, it's super obtainable. We just have to figure out what we want to do in life. How can we create revenue? It's so many, dope entrepreneurs out here, so many dope professionals out here. And, if we start putting our money in the right places and start saving our money and, trying to get away from that whole trying to be flossy and trying to, have all these materialistic things that have no value, all driving all of these cars. As soon as you drive it off the lot, is devalued. Get you something that's gonna, have longevity, that can create equity, that can be beneficial to your children, to your grandchildren, and things like that, and also beneficial to yourself, because me becoming a homeowner was the best thing I could have done at the time that I did it. And so, I pray and I hope that everybody out there that wants to be a homeowner, that your desire is fulfilled. And I just pray that we do better as a Black community in general, and minorities in general, just everybody just collectively just being better and doing better. So that's what I'm on.
Okay, y'all, that was an episode, and actually that was episode 76, y'all. Episode 76 with my girl Morgan, and she spit some gems today. Make sure you tune in if you haven't to the whole episode. Go back to the beginning, you guys.
And happy birthday, Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela, girl. You guys, make sure you tune in every Monday 6 to 7 on G Vibes. It's your girl G9. Good night.
Good night.